All right, May 12th, garden tour. A few things have been added, and I'm just going to kind of go through them. I'm going to try not to hit some mud as we're seeding grass, but here we go. We planted some flowers and moved a table that was over here. I bought a giant few flats of flowers on Mother's Day and today also, just to fill in some things and get some extra marigolds because it deters deer, rabbits, things like that. So we have this in front of my bedroom window. Things are starting to pop. Green stalk planter. There's some lettuce that I had pulled because it just got so big. So I did plant a little sweet banana pepper and some marigolds. And then this is one of those patio tomato plants, so it's a little smaller. It's like a micro tomato plant, but they always produce a lot of cherry tomatoes. So I had a few last year that did really well in these planters. So there's that. And then I popped a hot Hungarian wax in here as well. My dad likes those. My poor Carolina Reaper plant that I overwintered seems like it did not, I did not harden it off properly, so getting it used to sunlight, but there are leaves coming back on it. I just kind of threw it out here to see what would happen, and I mean, it looks like it's dying, but I promise you it's not. It just got really sunburned, and some of those leaves it had on it fell off, but now all those new leaves are growing, so it'll come back, hopefully. We'll find out in a couple weeks. The roses are really starting to get going. And there's some perennials in there too. Strawberries, flowers. The hanging baskets are really starting to pop now that they're taking the roots. Flowers. My lilac bush I've been trying to save is totally coming back. I thought it was going to be a fail because I ordered it online and every other one took, and this one for some reason just started to like fail, but I was like, I'm going to try to save it, and I did because there's green now, and it looked like a twig a couple weeks ago. My lemon tree hates me, but my orange tree does not. But the lemon tree will come back. It's also sunburned. I just threw it out here, and I shouldn't have did that, but I did. More hanging baskets. Another green stalk. The strawberries on the bottom 3 tiers are really, really popping. So are the lettuce. I had more lettuce that I had harvested, so I'm just throwing things in. I got a pepper plant. And then I threw in another one of those micro tomatoes. I just went to Stein Garden Gifts and got them, so those do well. Yeah, more lettuce. Whew. It's a big one. Let's see what we got. It's kind of a mess back here because we were watering because we get some flooding, so we're trying to build up the soil level back here. So we're seeding it with grass, but as you can see, and we left the sprinkler on a little long today, so it's a little mushy back here, but I planted more marigolds just to deter the deer. They did eat the tomato plant that was right in the center there, so I've gone to the store and replaced it with a new one, and I forget the name of it, and I'm not about to walk through this muddy slop, but it's almost like very, very dark purplish black colored cherry tomato. So that'll be interesting. There's going to be zucchini there when it comes up, and I've put deer repellent granules all around it and marigolds to get rid of those jerks that like to eat my stuff. They ate all of my beets. They did not eat the radishes, which I find shocking because they are supposed to enjoy radish greens. And then they didn't touch that, so that's nice. I did put some nasturtiums behind those romas, and those have come up. I'm not really sure if you can see. Yeah, they're back here. Those are nasturtiums, so that should provide some color in the back. I think they're red or pink, but I think it was a mixed variety seed pack that I got. So, and then there's herbs in front, and I did throw down a bunch of basil seeds, so we'll see what happens. Potatoes. So there's a few bags that haven't sprouted yet, and it's these 3 and one other, but I really filled up the soil on one of them, so These need time. These don't get quite as much sun. It's not as warm of an area, but these are coming up. These. This one I was worried about is coming up. That one's really coming up. Here, and then this one I filled the soil level so much higher, so it just needs some time. But yeah, the roses will look pretty. Little tropical area. It's really peaceful with the lights on. All right, to the front. We have all the petals from the flowering pear tree. And all the trees are really getting their leaves. So it's gonna be beautiful. And the black walnut tree has started to sprout. So that is the sign of warm weather to come, because it's always the last tree. This is starting to take shape, a little bit more flowery. My apple tree, and a surprise. I filled it all up with all sorts of flowers. I couldn't take it. It didn't look colorful enough, so I moved some of the tall snapdragons to the back, and then I put some small snapdragons, marigolds, and a few other, dianthus, I think is the name of it, just for some front short color, and then it'll really pop in back, and then my apple trees. Ornamental sage, yarrow, things like that. Another little planter. We have another one of those rescued lilacs, but this one did way better, so it's doing good. It'll look cute on the end here once it gets bigger and starts flowering. Little hideaway one that we put some random stuff in. Once it pops, it'll look pretty. But here we go. Roma, obviously marigolds. This is a baby boomer cherry. Eggplant, I believe this is the LaGuardia eggplant. It's like a streaky looking one. And then Roma, peppers, all different kinds of peppers. This is the traditional like eggplant that you think of at the grocery store, and this is called white eggplant bianco. So there's that, and then this tomato, I forget the name of it, but it's really yellow, and then when you cut into it, it's red on the inside, and it's shaped like a heart. So when I get some, I will take a picture of it. It's supposed to look really cool. I hope it tastes good. Another tomato, I think it's called Early Girl, and then that is like the gold cherry tomatoes, so they're yellow. I put rosemary there to keep pests away, more hot peppers, and then I've seeded cucumbers for these trellises. One is the dragon egg, and the other one is just like the standard slicer flowers. And then here is the new area that we planted this year, and Dad helped by tilling, Mom helped by mulching. We lined up all the stone. It looks really nice. And then Dad found this really cool edging, so we put that up. But Valen, Jessica, Kendra came here and helped me paint flower pots, and then I planted those up. Got my little creatures in here from the Renaissance Fair, and then we have two little lilac bushes. Those are like the dwarf kind that only get about 4 feet around, and then the two in the back are they're called white snowflakes, I believe. And then another one's called White Beach Party. That one is, but they should look the same. But those get huge like that one. So, but they have white flowers. One's just obviously about a year or two bigger than that one, older. So it'll be a gradual increase, which will look nice. But anyways, that's my tour. Hope everybody has a great day.